to my gardening journey. I'm John and it's heading towards spring. It's been really busy over the last few weeks as I've been trying to get the inside of the house all sorted, ready for when we can actually receive some visitors again. Not long now, and it's been around about 4 months since we've had people round, so I'm really looking forward to that. But that means I haven't had time to get on with work in the garden, and there's a huge amount to be done and time is starting to run out. Until recently, I've been focusing my growing efforts within the greenhouse, but it's time that I started to move outside and opened up my veg patches. Many of the seedlings within my greenhouse really now need to come out and get into the ground so that they can really grow and start to mature. So it's time I started to open up those beds and transfer those seedlings outside.
Over winter I spent quite a lot of time cutting down quite large bushes and some unwanted trees that had self-seeded, and this was a pile I made with the intent of burning it all, but unfortunately I didn't get round to it. Next on the list of jobs to do is to redefine the edges of the actual veg patch. I'm using a half-moon lawn edging tool just to run down the edges of the veg patch, just to give it that little bit more definition.
So part of the redesign of the garden is a outdoor living area which has a load of shingle on it. We can't afford to put patio down at the moment after the build we've just done. Doing this means that I'm going to have to reshape my veg patch, and I'll be taking the grass from the side of the path away, and I'll be putting some of that back down near the lawn edging that we installed earlier on. But this is quite a good opportunity just to see how well that lawn edging is doing. It's been down for quite a few months now, and just to be interested to see whether it's been corroding at all. But yeah, I'll just show you.
And as you can see, it's looking pretty good. To make the veg patch bigger, I'm going to have to remove this grass. Some of it I will be moving to the front end of the patch just to make it a little bit shorter and create a buffer between the edging and the actual veg patch itself. Digging up grass can be a bit of a pain, so I use the half-moon lawn edging tool just to cut into the actual grass, and then I'm using a spade to pull it up. My council dump doesn't like taking turf, so unfortunately I have to get rid of it myself. And the way I tend to do this is by putting the turf upside down and just allowing it to die off. And once it's died off, I can just use that soil and spread it back over my garden later on. It takes a short while to kill off the turf, but it's definitely an easier way of dealing with it than trying to get it into the council dump. With the turf out of the way, it's now time just to get this ground ready for growing in. All I'm doing here is just breaking up the soil, which has been compacted by the grass over the years. This should be the last year that I do this sort of work, as I intend to move on to doing no dig, which will hopefully make it a lot easier to keep on top of the garden. With the veg patch sorted out, it's now time to get some plants in there. The first seedlings I'll be transplanting out into the garden are my cut and come again lettuce. This lettuce has been growing for the last couple of months and it's now starting to outgrow its seed stations. To transplant the seedlings, I'm just digging a hole that's a couple of inches deep, deep enough to take the actual seed station itself. I did multi-sow these, so I am going to have to try and tease them apart as some of the roots may have become intertwined together. With the seedlings in, just a time for a quick water and prepare for the inevitable frosts that are still to come across April and May by covering over the seedlings.
We've got a weather front that's come down from the Arctic, which is bringing with it some really cold air, and that's why we're getting all of this snow and all of this sleet at the moment, despite the absolutely gorgeous sunshine that's going on right now. But I want to take this moment just to say thank you to everyone who has taken the time to subscribe to my channel. We're now above 50, so thank you ever so much for that, and I'm really looking forward to pushing on to 100. So I'm really pleased that I've been able to get one of the beds open and I've actually got lettuce in the ground. So it just feels like there's another step taken towards getting this garden on the go for this year. So that's it for this episode, and I just want to say thank you again, and I'll see you on the next one.